Haunting Adaline is going to be turned into a movie. Yes, you heard me right, Haunting Adaline. The book about this author who meets this guy, and it's very weird, very weird. Not my favorite book, but a lot of people like this book, and there's a lot of hopes for the gun scene, if you know, to be in this movie. And that's a problem. So the novel focuses on Adeline Riley, an author who is given her grandmother's house in Washington. She becomes in love with the murder of her great-grandmother, who has this like similar story with Adeline. Adeline is being stalked by Zaid Meadows, who is this like good bad boy type of person. Like, he kills people, but it's people who like are what's it called? Are trafficking young girls and women. So Zaid and Adeline, they develop a relationship with fear and seduction. It's blurring the lines between danger and captivation. Zaid seeks Adeline's affection. Their connection deepens. It's like, oh, they love each other even though he raped her. And it's insane. It's very much insane. It's a very insane book. Now, what are the complaints? Of course, the main reason why people have a problem with this being turned into a movie, and the main reason I have a problem of this being turned into a movie, is it romanticizes a bunch of dark topics. It romanticizes kidnapping, romanticizes rape, romanticizes stalking, and there's a problem, a big problem. An estimated 443,635 people above the age of 12 are raped in the United States. An estimated 17.7 billion American women have been victims of attempted or completed rape as of 1998. Each year, a bunch of women get raped. 1 in 4 women are raped, to be exact. Either as a woman, someone you know has been raped, or you yourself has been the victim of sexual assault. This book has a lot of it. There's this gun scene where Zaid sticks a gun up Adeline's you-know-what. There's a bunch. I will put quotes from the book so you can see how bad these quotes really are, because they are really bad. Next, there's kidnapping involved. Stockholm Syndrome is the psychological phenomenon where victims or captives develop an emotional attachment, empathy, or loyalty to their abusers. Often acting as an unconscious survival mechanism, it emerges from perceived threats to survival coupled with small acts of kindness. This is heavy in the book, and if they stay true to the book when adapting the movie, this can cause a lot of harm, because then it's seen as romantic. Now, there can be a lot of reasons why people, especially women, since most of the time, these are women who are faced with these violent acts. They can experience horrible conditions such as domestic violence and abusive marriages, human trafficking, cult membership, or prisoners of war situations, child abuse, or kidnapping. Right. Haunting Adaline is problematic because it romanticizes this type of thing. Lots of dark romance Booktok girlies, they love these things because they say it's just fiction. Fiction doesn't affect reality, when fiction affects reality so much to the point that more and more things come out. It doesn't matter. Fiction will affect reality because a bunch of people prefer fiction over nonfiction. A bunch. Now let's talk about the romanticization of Zaid. If you don't know, like I said, Zaid is the main male lead of the book Haunting Adaline. He is technically a bad person. It doesn't matter if he's kind to Adaline. It doesn't matter if he's doing things for good. He is technically a horrible, horrible person. Why? Because he technically rapes Adaline. He technically commits horrible acts towards Adaline, and it's seen as romantic. Bunch of women on TikTok, especially dark romance, because this is where everything comes from, dark romance side of TikTok. They say, oh, I wish Zaid was real. Zaid is real. Zaid is very much real. A bunch of women have met a Zaid in their life. And you will not love him. You would hate him with all your gut, with all your soul. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if someone gives or does good things to you. They are still a bad person. It doesn't matter if it's romantic, that, oh, he's giving me flowers. It does not. Because that doesn't excuse the abuse that you or another woman has went through because of them. It does not. People are commenting under the author's posts asking for the actor to play Zaid is hot. If you don't understand why this is a problem, it of course romanticizes sexual assault. Because a lot of women hear, oh, if he looked like this conventionally attractive actor, it wouldn't be considered that. You only consider that because it's ugly. The person who assaulted you is ugly. It's not. It doesn't matter who did what. It does not matter. People have been conditioned to believe that if someone's attractive, it's fine. And if the movie ever does that, if the movie ever even comes out in the first place, it's going to increase. Now, I'm not hoping it does increase because I do not want anyone to go through that. Most likely, people are going to start unbelieving victims who perpetrators were conventionally attractive to society's standards because they consider it not assault due to this book. I'm sure there's cases now where people consider that. Truly, dark romance, Booktok is the most insane place to be in the world. They trend among dark romance readers with whoever they consider attractive, no matter the crimes that they committed. They make thirst edits of them, thirst traps of them. You know how inconsiderate that is of the victims and their families. They suffered so much. And yet, even if it's some conventionally attractive guy and you go ahead and you make thirst traps, so free him. There was a point in TikTok where this guy who killed people was sent to jail, and people, because they thought he was attractive, signed petitions, was like, oh, don't put him in jail, he's too cute to be in jail. That is insane, and that is some level of fucking sickness that you have in your head. I'm sorry. I just had to go out and say that. I'm so sorry. But that is just so inconsiderate of victims. No matter if it's fiction or not, the fact that this still happens, authors are using this like real thing, sexual assault, violence, domestic abuse, murder, kidnapping, and romanticizing them in their books is just insane to me. So without further ado, that is my whole entire thoughts on dark romance and the Haunting Adaline movie. I truly hope the production is just like cut. I really hope that one of the directors looks at the script or the book and says to themselves, hey, what the fuck is this? Why am I making this into a movie? I truly hope that. All right, stay safe. Goodbye. This is me signing off. Have a good day.